Recently, we witnessed a federal raid on a group of hotels here in the metro that revealed suspected labor trafficking and possible other crimes.
Today, the University of Nebraska Criminology and Criminal Justice Department shared an assessment of labor trafficking in Nebraska. First Alert 6 reporter John Chapman tells us one of the goals to identify and help the victims.
Earlier this month, federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies served warrants on a group of metro area hotels. Some local law enforcement agencies knew this day was coming.
You know, prior to becoming sheriff, I did a lot of law enforcement investigation work in many of those same hotels, and I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not.
Douglas County Sheriff Aaron Hansen was one of many attending a session on the assessment of labor trafficking in Nebraska. Hansen says moving people to work against their will is a serious crime.
It's a felony in the state of Nebraska. There's a specific state statute prohibiting labor trafficking of vulnerable people. And so we want to learn more about it.
It took 2 years for members of UNO's School of Criminology and Criminal Justice to complete the assessment of labor trafficking in the state.
The study doesn't inform any prevalence of how much of it happens. Instead, we were relying on our practitioner partners and service providers to give their insights of their experiences of working on labor trafficking cases or with labor trafficking survivors.
Dr. Teresa Kulig and Dr. Shadif Hashimi are co-authors of the assessment. They gathered information from interviews of victims and from people and organizations dealing with the issue.
So they shared information such as, the nature of these cases, some of the challenges they encountered in the investigating of labor trafficking, as well as the service provision. What are some of the challenges they encounter when trying to provide resources to the folks who are affected?
The professors point out trying to help the victims or survivors can be difficult, and they say some don't even realize they're being exploited.
Many of them are very scared, and it's due to some cultural barriers, some language barriers. They're not necessarily aware of where to go and who to trust.
There is evidence that problems that come from suspected labor trafficking are here, but the answers to solve the problems for victims and for those who want to help will need more study.
This is, I would say, more of an initial phase, a foundational knowledge of what is going on in Nebraska, so then we can provide recommendations on maybe where we could go next. But this is certainly not going to be a quick fix, but it is a first step.
In Omaha, I'm John Chapman, First Alert 6.
Professor Hashimi says it is tough to reach this hidden population of exploited people caught in labor trafficking. That's why right now it's difficult to get a number in terms of how prevalent labor trafficking is in Nebraska.